There's a piece of paper at the start of Poppy Playtime that we've all seen 100 times, and honestly, I think most of us just accepted it and moved on. But after chapter 5, this letter feels different. It feels like someone was trying to tell us something from the very beginning, something we completely missed. Find the flower. That's the message. Simple enough, right? But here's what's been bothering me lately. To this day, nobody knows who actually wrote it. The community has been debating this for years, and now that we've seen what the prototype is truly capable of, I'm starting to question everything. Let's start with the most obvious answer, Poppy herself. This is by far the most popular theory in the community. The logic is simple. Poppy needed someone to free her from that glass case, so she found a way to lure the player back to the factory. The letter literally says, "Find the flower," and the flower clearly points to her. After we release her, she guides us through the story as if she was expecting us all along. In later chapters, she even seems prepared for external help, like she knew someone was coming. But here's the thing, Poppy was trapped inside that display case for years. How exactly would she send a letter? She couldn't move, she couldn't leave, and even if she somehow managed to write something, how would she know the player's address? It doesn't add up. The theory sounds perfect until you start asking basic questions. So, if not Poppy, then who? For a long time, the second most popular theory pointed to Experiment 1006 himself. The idea was that the prototype lured the player back to the factory as part of some twisted revenge plan. It makes sense on the surface. He's manipulative, intelligent, and has been pulling strings since before the Hour of Joy. He literally pretended to be Ollie for years just to gain Poppy's trust. If anyone could orchestrate something like this, it would be him. But during the tea party scene in chapter 5, the prototype confronts Poppy directly. He tells her, "You repaid me by bringing in an outsider." He's angry, genuinely angry. If he sent the letter himself, why would he blame Poppy for the player showing up? Unless that's just another layer of manipulation. With this character, you never really know. That accusation opens the door to other possibilities. What about someone who actually had the resources to do it? Someone like Harley Sawyer. Think about it. As a high-ranking scientist at Playtime Company, Sawyer would have access to employee records, addresses, personal information. If anyone could track down a former worker and send them a letter, it would be him. And here's where it gets interesting. In some of his dialogues, Sawyer seems to know that the player received a letter. The player never mentions it. Nobody tells him. He just knows. The question is why? What would Sawyer gain from bringing the player back? Maybe he needed a specific human to activate something inside the factory. Maybe he wanted a test subject for his experiments. Or maybe he was looking for a way out and needed someone expendable to clear the path. The motivation isn't clear, but the access, that's undeniable. Some fans have also pointed to Kissy Missy. According to the Bigger Bodies documents, she loves writing and drawing, even though it's difficult for her. She's one of the few toys who genuinely wants to help Poppy. But when we first meet Kissy in chapter 2, she doesn't act like she recognizes us at all. And in chapter 3, she almost killed us before Poppy stopped her. If she wrote the letter, wouldn't she have known who we were? Something doesn't add up. And then there's Richard Lovitz. This is the theory that keeps me up at night. Some fans have compared the handwriting on the letter to Richard's notes in the rejected room. The similarities are hard to ignore. But beyond the handwriting, think about who Richard Lovitz actually was. He became head of shipping at Playtime Company. He knew exactly how to send packages out of the factory. If anyone had the means to mail a letter to someone on the outside, it was him. Richard went through this incredible character arc throughout the tapes. He started as a hot-headed worker who constantly complained about the company. He got demoted to the rejected room as punishment, and then, somehow, he climbed back up to a position with actual power. Stewart chose him as his successor. Richard earned the respect of his coworkers. He genuinely cared about the orphans. Despite everything, he was a good person at heart. The letter itself has these strange spelling mistakes. Disappeared instead of disappeared. Worry with the apostrophe in the wrong place. These feel like the kind of errors someone would make if they were writing in a rush, or maybe writing while terrified. Richard Lovitz fits that profile perfectly. Here's what we know for certain. The letter was written sometime in 2005. It's the most recent document found in the entire game. And whoever wrote it knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted the player to find Poppy. They wanted them to go deeper into the factory. If you're asking me to pick one suspect, I'd say Richard Lovitz makes the most sense right now. He had the means, he had the motive, he cared about people. And if those spelling errors really match his handwriting style, that's hard to ignore. But here's the thing about Poppy Playtime. Every time we think we've figured something out, the next chapter proves us wrong. Remember when we all thought Ollie was our friend? Yeah, whoever sent that letter got exactly what they wanted. We're still here, and we're still looking for answers.